A very good morning, students. Today, let me continue with that interaction of genes. And today, it is the last day for that chapter, interaction of genes, under which you will be studying about the small concepts like lethal genes, isoalleles, pseudoalleles, position effect, and an introduction to sex-linked inheritance. The next chapter, which I am going to deal. What are lethal genes? You know the meaning of the term lethal, which refers to death causing or detrimental. And the example that is there for your syllabus is coat color in mice, which shows a ratio of 2:1. Some genes in double dominant condition or double recessive condition kill an individual, which is called lethal effect of genes, and such genes are said to be lethal genes. So here it is clear that lethal genes are producing the lethal effect either in double recessive condition or double dominant condition, but not in heterozygous condition. And the best example of lethal genes was provided by Cugnot, a famous scientist, in 1908 in the inheritance of coat color in mice. And when Cugnot crossed a yellow variety of mice with black variety, in the F1 he always got 1:1 ratio. And when he interbred yellow varieties, he got 2 yellow and 1 black instead of 3:1 ratio. That is, he got 2:1 ratio only. And later, this concept was further studied by Keitel and Lytle in 1910, and they have explained this rare phenomenon on the basis of interaction of lethal genes. Let us go through a cross here. The parents are like this, and this cross is actually done by or worked out by Cugnot. He took a yellow mice and crossed it with another yellow mice, and this yellow mice will have the genotype of heterozygous Y, and the gametes produced them will be of two types, that is capital Y and small y, by both the parents. And when these gametes unite randomly, they will produce the three individuals only in F1 generation, because the one which is said to be produced in homozygous dominant condition, it will die. However, out of the four individuals produced, the two will be of yellow type and only one is of black type. So the ratio, it is 2:1 actually, but it is wrongly mentioned here as 3:1. It is 2:1 only because the other individual is going to die, that is homozygous dominant Y is going to die even in the embryonic condition itself. So here this is the effect of these lethal genes. So here the lethal genes, can you guess? It is homozygous dominant Y, that is capital YY condition. Let us go through another cross here, wherein the parents selected for this cross are as follows. A yellow mice is crossed with a black mice. Obviously the yellow mice will have the genotype of heterozygous Y, and the black mice is having homozygous recessive Y. And when they produce gametes, and the yellow mice producing two types of gametes because it is heterozygous, that is, it produces capital Y and small y gametes, and black mice producing only one type of gamete, that is small y. And when such gametes are fused together, they will produce the yellow and black mice in the F1 generation, and that is exactly in a ratio of 1:1. So they showed that Y gene in double dominant condition produces a lethal effect, and thus all individuals with double dominant Y condition genes die at the zygote stage itself, and thus the ratio 3:1 gets modified as 2:1, which is being shown in the previous slide. And when yellow mice are crossed with black, there is invariably 1:1 ratio, as it is seen in this particular slide, because all yellow mice population are heterozygous. And in man, sickle cell condition is also said to be due to lethal genes, which is in a recessive condition. So here this is with reference to the concept of lethal genes. Now let us go through the details of multiple alleles. Already we have discussed multiple alleles and we have studied about the examples of this blood group inheritance in man, and there is one more such example here, that is with reference to skin coat or the skin color or the coat color in mice. And in mice it is controlled by multiple alleles. The gene capital A controls agouti pattern, a kind of grayish colored body, and which has several alleles. For example, AY producing yellow color and AL producing light belly, which are dominant over the wild type alleles, and A plus producing agouti pattern, and the alleles for agouti capital A series in mice according to dominant hierarchy, which is as follows. And the dominance hierarchy is as follows, that is AY is dominant over AL, it is AL not AI, and that is dominant over A plus, and that is dominant over small a plus, and that is dominant over small a. So this is the dominance hierarchy seen in case of these mice with reference to skin or coat color. Now let's go through this tabular column here, wherein the yellow color is produced when the alleles are of this type, that is capital A small y, and when the agouti pattern, that is light belly color, is produced when the genotype is capital A small l, and agouti pattern pure, it is produced in A plus condition, and the black and tan is produced during A plus allele condition, and the non-agouti pattern is produced in recessive A condition. So here is the other such relationship between these alleles. AY producing, that is homozygous condition, producing lethality in the early embryonic development, but produces yellow color in heterozygous condition with other alleles, that is AL, that is yellow, AY A plus yellow again, AY small a plus yellow, AY small a yellow, A plus agouti, AL light belly, and A small a plus black and tan, and small a non-agouti. Coming to isoalleles. Sometimes a dominant gene occurs in two or more than two different forms in homozygous condition. The dominant alleles show the same phenotypic effect, but in heterozygous condition, their effect will show different phenotypic effect, and such alleles are called isoalleles. So for example, in Drosophila, homozygous dominant capital R alleles produce dark red eye color, which is the wild type, while heterozygous alleles produce light red color. So there is a slight variation with reference to the eye color when it is in heterozygous condition, but in homozygous or capital R condition, it is producing dark red eye color. So such alleles are said to be isoalleles. So in isoalleles, it's very simple that the phenotypic effect in heterozygous condition is different from that of the phenotypic effect in homozygous dominant condition. Coming to pseudoalleles and position effect. First let us go through pseudoalleles. Multiple alleles occupy same locus in the homologous pair. That is what we have already studied under multiple allelism concept. And crossing over does not occur in them. but there can be the possibility that different genes may occupy different loci very closely located and inherited together. So here these are not multiple alleles, these are pseudo alleles. So in multiple alleles, three or more different alleles occupying the same locus of the homologous pair of chromosomes, they are going to produce different phenotypic effects. But here it is different. More number of genes present on different loci but very close to each other, and usually there is no crossing over between them, so they are going to influence each other to produce the same character or the same phenotypic effect. Let us continue here. Such genes which seem to behave like alleles, though they are not alleles of the same gene, they seem to behave like alleles. They are having minimum chances of crossing over or no chance of crossing over, and hence these are called pseudo alleles. It's quite very evident here that there is a chance or possibility of the crossing over between two successive genes if the distance between them is little more. However, if they are very close to each other, the percentage of crossing over is very less. So if the percentage of crossing over is less or there is no possibility of crossing over, they are not going to have different effects or individual effects, but there will be the combined effects by different genes occupying in different loci of the homologous pair of chromosomes, producing the same effect or same phenotypic character. For example, in Drosophila, the red eye color is due to the genes present on X chromosome. However, pseudoalleles produce varieties or shades of colors like coral, eosin, apricot, honey, cherry, pearly, tinged ivory, blood, and white colors. See, just with reference to this position of these different genes, they behave like the alleles of the same gene, so they produce different varieties or the different colors of the eyes. So under wild condition it is red color, but when they are having this kind of pseudo allelism effect, they are going to produce the different shades of colors as mentioned above. Coming to the continuation of that pseudo-allelism, so it is a state in which two genes with similar functions are located so close to one another on a chromosome that they are genetically linked. And this term pseudo-allelism was given by Morgan, a very popular geneticist, in the year 1928 and Lewis in 1948. And this means that two genes, that is pseudo-alleles, they are nearly always inherited together. And since the two genes have related functions, they may appear to act as a single gene. And in rare cases, the two linked pseudo-alleles can be separated or recombined. One hypothesis is that pseudo-alleles are formed as a result of gene duplication events, and the duplicated genes can undergo gene evolution to develop new functions. Let us go through the characteristics of pseudoalleles as we already discussed it. These are closely linked alleles within which crossing over occur, and they affect the same character. Coming to position effect, this concept was first noticed and introduced by Sturtevant. And the relocation of chromosomal material without altering its quantity may result in an altered phenotype, and this is called position effect. And the position effect is being explained with a very popular example, that is the position effect of duplication in Drosophila melanogaster. The wild type of Drosophila has fully developed oval-shaped compound eyes, while some mutant strains have extremely reduced, narrow, oblong, and bar-shaped eyes. So it is due to the slight change or the shift in the position of that particular gene responsible for the nature of the eyes. So under wild condition, it is produced fully developed oval shaped compound eyes, while the mutant varieties will produce different shape as it is mentioned. So it is something like this. Position effect can be correlated with a kind of very common example or an analogy here, that if a student is sitting in the first bench, his attitude and behavior towards listening the class is different. However, if the same student goes and sit in the last bench, obviously because of the influence of the other students, the attitude and the behavior of that student may vary, so producing different effect. So this is a very common analogy that I can explain with reference to this position effect. C.B. Bridges showed that the Bohr eye trait is associated with the duplication of the segment of the X chromosome called section 16A. So in the X chromosome of this Drosophila, there is a component or segment called section 16A, and each added section of 16A intensifies the Bohr eye phenotype. That means if there is one more addition of part of section 16A, there will be the more intensity of the Bohr phenotype. That means it becomes more stronger. However, in a normal X chromosome, this section 16A, it is not going to produce that Bohr eye condition, but instead it will produce fully developed oval shaped compound eyes. However, there are some kinds of mutations like structural mutation, and under structural mutation we come across with this kind of mutation called duplication. And duplication, as the name itself suggests, the same segment of the chromosome, if it is repeated, it is said to be duplication. And in case of this Drosophila melanogaster, if it is duplicated, that part of that 16A part of the X chromosome, it will produce Bohr condition of the eyes. And if there are more number of such segments, because of more duplication, the intensity of the Bohr shape is going to increase. Then, however, narrowing effect is greater when duplicated segments are found on the same chromosome. This is also seen here in Drosophila. Now, let me start with a new chapter, that is sex-linked inheritance. Inheritance, it is because of the genes present on the chromosomes. And if the inheritance of characters is due to the genes present on autosomes or the vegetative chromosomes or somatic chromosomes, it is said to be autosomal inheritance. On the other hand, if there is the inheritance pattern controlled by genes present on sex chromosomes, we call it as sex-linked inheritance. Let's go through the details of that brief introduction of sex-linked inheritance. The inheritance of a trait, that is phenotype, is determined by a gene located on one of the sex chromosomes, and this is called sex-linked inheritance. There are two types of sex chromosomes, that is X and Y chromosomes generally, and in other organisms it is Z and W, and it varies. The genes controlled the sex chromosomes is called sex-linked inheritance, and it was discovered by, again, a famous geneticist by name T.H. Morgan in 1910. And the genes controlling body characters located on X chromosomes are called X-linked genes, and the inheritance of X-linked genes is called X-linked inheritance. So sex-linked inheritance is also called X-linked inheritance because X is nothing but a type of sex chromosome, and the inheritance of X-linked genes is also called X-linked inheritance. The characters controlled by X-linked genes are called X-linked characters. For example, hemophilia and color blindness in humans, which you must have studied already in your PU class. And the genes controlling the body characters located on Y chromosomes are called Y-linked genes, and the inheritance of Y-linked genes is called Y-linked inheritance. The characters controlled by Y-linked genes is called Y-linked characters also. Example, hypertrichosis, that is excessive growth of hair on the external ear pinna, and ichthyosis hysterix. The genes controlling body characters of both X and Y chromosome is called XY linked genes, and the inheritance of XY linked genes is called XY linked inheritance, and the characters controlling the XY linked genes are called XY linked characters. Example, nephritis, a disorder of the kidney, and xeroderma pigmentosum, a skin disorder. Most of the sex-linked genes follow the crisscross inheritance pattern or the zigzag pattern, and the inheritance of character from the father to his grandson through his daughter is called crisscross inheritance. The details of which we'll discuss it later. And certain sex-linked genes are located only on X chromosome, and their alleles are absent from Y chromosome. And these genes are called X-linked genes, and the characters controlled by these genes are called X-linked characters, and the mode of inheritance is called X-linked inheritance. As I already explained to you, the best examples are color blindness and hemophilia. So this is all about